Hello, hello. How's it going, everyone? Hopefully you can hear me loud and clear. We have some interesting news today. It's been a little bit since I've done one of these live streams. I try to only do live streams when there's enough news to really take a bite out of. Starting off, we're going to go into a potential LEICA M-EV1 photos that potentially have been released. And this is not 100% certain that this is going to be what it looks like, but it looks like they may be using for their M series cameras the same sort of EVF that we have been seeing in the Q series. So that is interesting. I still don't understand why someone would necessarily want this over something like an SL series unless they're really wanting to go for much smaller camera or potentially just even a Q. So looking at what we can, some of the specs that we can expect with this release now. Sorry, let me just quickly confirm that this is working. You can start reading this if you'd like. Okay, it sounds like I'm coming through nice and clear, which is good. Okay, so with this now, you should be able to have up to 60 megapixels, 36 and 18, so similar to what we saw in the Q cameras. And I believe they've probably been doing that for a few of the other series. I'm sure the SL also has that, powered by the Maestro 3 image processor. Has obviously this EVF, and this is 0.5 OLED, sorry, 0.5 inch, 5.76 million dot megapixel resolution, 0.76 magnification, focus aids, and diopter compensation. Should be a new FN button, frame selection lever, dual functionality control for the EVF, assignable options, peaking on and off or zoom on and off, design and build. Has a puristic design with a clean front, no rangefinder window, which will be a little bit controversial, I believe, for some of the Leica M fanboys out there. Let me know what your thoughts are on this camera. Would you potentially consider this, or would you go for something like an SL instead, or even just M11? So this has a diamond pattern, leatherette finish. I really do love the finish on the Leica M cameras. 45 grams lighter than the Leica M11. Made in Germany. And here, let me just pull up this photo as well so we can look at this at the same time. Why are you like this? Oh, I don't understand Apple sometimes. So battery storage, same as the Leica M11, 64 gigabytes internal memory. So that's nice to see. Leica content credentials expected to be cheaper than the M11, 7,950 euros. Hong Kong, 75,000 US, could exceed $10,000 due to tariffs, which is that's a tough one to swallow for the people in the US. Come to Canada, probably save a little bit of money. All right, so around a day from now, the 23rd, we should 3 days from now, we should expect to have the official announcement. Come back here and we'll talk about the release on the day that it happens. Shipping starts November 2025. It's already in production, and silver version is not yet confirmed. So look out for that. Okay, going on to the next thing here for you guys. So the Sony A7 IV now has been dropped in the US. I've looked in Canada, and it looks like Best Buy did receive a little bit of a savings on that, but your biggest savings will be in the US. I have a link in the description for that. and that prices the camera at approximately $2,000 US. Check out the B&H listing photo for that in the description, and that is an affiliate link. I appreciate if you buy through there. All in all, if it is using a similar sensor on the A7 V, you might as well just pick this A7 IV up. Who knows how big of an upgrade it really is, but we've seen so far that the A7 IV should probably have the same sort of 33 megapixel sensor in it, which is very unfortunate if it's not totally a redesigned sensor. Going on to now the Viltrox 85mm 2.0 Evo. Now this is a full frame lens for only the Sony E for now, which is unfortunate. I really was hoping that we would be seeing this in Nikon Z mount as well. I can adapt it to Nikon Z mount, so it's not a major issue, but I just really don't want to buy the Megadap adapter. But yeah, let me know, what are your thoughts on these lenses? From what I've looked at so far in some of these image galleries that really have super nice rendering, kind of a Zeiss-like, in my opinion. Nice nice bokeh, 0.74 meters up close distance. Yeah, it looks like a great lens. 340 grams. This is a lens in between the Air series and also their more premium versions. This has 10 elements, 2 ED, 2 high refractive, STM autofocus. Seems like it's a little bit better than the Air series, but we're going to have to look at some tests shortly here. I've already mentioned the minimum close focus distance. Has, I believe, the rear gasket for the weather sealing, but not the front, similar to what the Sigma was doing for their I series. We're going to go into some examples here. Dustin Abbott has released his review, and it looks like a really great lens so far, and I'm really excited to see them release more of these lenses now with covering like a whole range of focal points. Like a new 50 I'm sure will be released over the next while, and I'm actually trying to sell my Typock, and I probably would swap it out with something like this, honestly. If it's around this 200, I guess in Canadian dollars is $379, which is pretty decent considering we'll see a Black Friday sale pretty soon here. This has a FN button, click switch, autofocus, manual focus switch, and I'm really curious now with this how it compares to the Air series as well. You obviously have a lot more options in terms of like additional features, but how does it compare to the Air series is something I really would like to know, because those are typically around 180 grams. So yeah, this rubber seal is, oh, it looks like it says it's now on both sides, so I don't know. I watched the Dustin Abbott review of it, and I thought he was saying that there's no front seal. Front element with water. Okay, so maybe it's just a coating they have on the front then. So this is a comparison between a few of their lenses they have here, the 1.8 to the 85 1.4 Pro and the 85 2.0 Evo. And this is coming in quite a bit lighter than all the other ones. And I believe the 85 1.82 was not that premium of a lens too. So I think this would be a much better option probably in the end over that lens. And you're saving quite a bit of weight and maybe probably spending quite a bit more. Let's just see. Of course I can't select this easily. Oh, let's just type it in. Viltrox 85. Okay, so this is not a cheap lens actually. This lens is actually like 120 or so more Canadian. Huh. Interesting. Wonder how much of an improvement it is, if any. So yeah, this is a pretty interesting addition to the market as of recent. These are some of Dustin Abbott's comparisons. This is now compared to the 85 1.8 E-mount. I think that's the Sony one there. Look at the images on this. Has really nice contrast and out of focus backgrounds. Sure, the Sony people are pretty happy about this. I really need to get a Megadap adapter. Almost bought one not long ago, but held off. Overall, a really nice design on this lens, in my opinion. Okay, so yeah, these are the photos that they've released themselves. All in all, pretty great colors, I think, for this one. We have some news as well about the Canon R6 III we're going to get into right now. Okay, let's load this up. I think this is it here. All right, so Canon R6 III specs. We can expect C50 sensor, 32 megapixels, Canon log 2, Canon log 3, all intro recording, 7K open gate will be available in this, full size HDMI, which is always nice, CF Express Type B and SD card slots available. Uses the LPE6P battery, same body size and buttons. EVF looks identical to the R6 II. Video will be getting most of the upgrades with no apparent cooling vents, which is not really a huge issue a lot of times these days in the Nikon system, but we'll see what Canon can do in regards to keeping that from overheating. When you're doing intro recording, it definitely could have some overheating issues. We'll have to see though about that. This will have a similar or same LCD size, and we can expect this to be announced first week of November. So look out for that, everyone. Okay, yeah, so there's some exciting news now. So let's just do a little recap of what we saw today. So we started off here in the video with the LEICA announcement, potential leak of first images, and it really looks similar to a Leica Q camera. This is not 100% yet so far, so we'll have to see if this is actually what this Leica M-EV1 looks like. It should be released on the 23rd, so we're gonna come back and have a look at that to see if that is actually what it looks like. And then going over now to the Sony, I have closed that for whatever reason, but there is that price drop, as I mentioned earlier. Look in the link in the description for that, and you'll be able to get a link to that $1,998 A75 price drop, which is recent. Fortunately, not in Canada, as mentioned before. We had the Viltrox Evo 85 2.0 drop today. Really great lens. So far from initial impressions, it looks great, and I think this is gonna really really eat up a lot of market share. I'm using currently the Viltrox Air 25 1.7 on this Fuji, and I just recently dropped my review of this. Come check it out. Looks like there's not many views on that video so far yet, and put a lot of work and effort into doing that for you guys. So I really hope you come check out that review on my main channel. So yeah, this dropped today, and then after this Viltrox 85 Evo lens, we also had just some talks about that Canon R6 III. Go back a little bit more into the video to look at that. Let me know what you guys think about these drops today. Are you excited at all about this LEICA M series with a EVF? I think, in my opinion, that it was only a matter of time till they brought that into the market. I think a lot of people have to sort of stray away from the rangefinder if they have poor sight and vision. I don't know. You sort of have to adapt, but at the same time, kind of an end of an era, in my opinion, when you try to totally redesign something that has gone on for just so long now. I have the LEICA M4P, actually. I don't use it much though. For me, I don't really like to shoot film because that is something that I've developed myself, and say I do spoil the entire roll of film and I'm recording a video alongside with it, it really makes for a not so great week of content. So just shooting with digital, especially having this YouTube channel, I just find to be a lot easier for me to actually come out of the week with content. Because yeah, there has been some times where I've done some videos with my Leica M4P and images never really turned out. Plus it's just like so much work developing the images. I've really wanted to buy something like a Leica M8. I mean, even just like trading for like an M8, I think I'd rather honestly do that than have this like an M4P. I don't know. What do you guys think I should do about that? I think honestly, like in time, the Leica M4P is going to be worth a lot more, but I really don't have much use for it currently because I'm just not really super stoked on shooting film. Although I'm really considering whether or not I should bring my Leica M4P out on Halloween when I'm dressed as Bruce Gilden this year. So look out for that video. I have a feeling I'm probably just going to be shooting that series of images where I'm pretending to be Bruce Gilden with my Nikon Z6III, just so I can have some really nice solid digital images for that. I don't know. Who knows? We might bring the Leica M4P as well, because the hot shoe works with actually Nikon and the old rangefinder Leica cameras. So I will have flash functionality with both those cameras. So I probably should. It's been a long time since I've shot a roll of film, and I think it could be funny. And if those images don't turn out all that great, then it's whatever, because I have my Nikon as well. There was a really good portion of time where I thought I would just totally shoot it all on film until I watched some recent Bruce Gilden footage, and he was actually shooting on a digital Leica. Once I saw that, I'm like, oh, you know what? Screw it. I'm shooting this digitally. If he's not even shooting on film anymore, then why should I potentially ruin my entire weeks of content trying to do that? Anyways, now, so please hit the bell on my channel and stay up to date with my recent videos. It's really difficult to try and build this channel. I'm going to try and be a little more consistent with my lives. It's just I don't really want to burden you all too much with making live streams that are kind of nothing announcements. So stay tuned here, and I'll try and bring you content that I feel is most justified to announce. Otherwise, yeah, I really try not to waste your time and focus on my main channel content here, which takes a lot of work. And damn, yeah, man, it's kind of crazy that how hard it is to grow a YouTube channel and to keep things moving. So your support helps. I'm gonna make some website news announcements here for what I brought forth to you guys today. So come check that out. Link will be in the description for the news site. If you'd rather have a look at that, come drop by the news site every once in a while and have a look. Your support means everything, guys. Sorry to drag this on for a little bit afterwards, but anyways, take care. Have a good one.